Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for joining me during this live session. Live is one of my favorite sessions because I really get to interact with you in real time. And so, I look forward to it every month. I don't know how you guys have been this past month, but I've had a lot of energy healing sessions. I've been a little anxious. I've been a little overwhelmed, very feelings of overwhelm. Hi, Swarupa. Good evening. I've been feeling really overwhelmed. And so this past week alone, I've had three distance energy healing sessions, one with a guy named this amazing Reiki guy named Bernard, and another one with a woman named Shawnee. But the Reiki one was incredible. It was just amazing. And it really brought back a lot of my energy. And I'm telling you, when I get these energy healing sessions, they help me so much. I have something very exciting to announce is that we just officially launched our Om Heals website, which is a platform that matches you with energy practitioners and users based on a customized matchmaking algorithm that we've developed in-house. We've been working on this algorithm for months, and we're going to continue to improve on this algorithm based on the feedback that we receive. So, I founded this with my business partner, Jen Hill, my co-founder, Jen Hill, because we're both so passionate about the energy medicine space, very, very passionate about it. And so if you're looking for an energy practitioner, you just go to the website and you just literally answer a bunch of questions, like 20 some odd questions. And based on the questions that you answer, we match make you with the practitioner that we think would have the better chance of having a more successful session. And don't get me wrong, we're still, this is our trial run. We're beta testing our matchmaking formula. So, we're not going to get it right every single time. But if we get it even 40% right, we're very happy because we will continue to improve this matchmaking formula and it will get better and better and better. So om-heals.com, om-heals.com. I'll put it on the chat. Go there. If you're seeking an energy practitioner to support anything in your life, your mind, body, and soul, just go to the om-heals website, answer those questions, and then we will matchmake you and we will send you an email with the matches that we recommend. And then after the session, we'll ask you for feedback because your feedback is so important. We really want to do this because we really want to bring energy medicine out into the world, the planet, as it should be known. And one of the things that we're finding is that an energy practitioner, even though they may be very good, may not be the best person for a certain type of client. And so this is where, because, I've had so many energy healing sessions in my life, and I realized that, yes, this energy practitioner is good, but not necessarily the practitioner for me. And this is where we really want to bring value to our platform. And eventually we want to have a whole online community as well. So again, om-heals.com. And we also have our clubhouse room every Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. At the Om Heals, 11 a.m. Sundays Pacific time, where we interview an energy practitioner. I have my Yin and Yang Living group consciousness meditation room on Tuesday nights at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. So join those, and I will put all of the links to everything after this video at the bottom. So I'm here to answer your questions. That's why I come on live every week, is to answer your questions. So, hi, Christy. Hi, Rohan. Okay. Ma'am, I feel so left out. I realize how fake my friends have been. Now I feel that all the negative and flaky behavior is affecting me all this week. Wow, Rohan. That's a really excuse me, I got to bless myself. I feel great though. I feel great. I had all that energy sessions. This is a really good question, Rohan. I think one of the biggest challenges that each one of us always has, every single one of us has this, no matter how much inner self-development work that we have had, we all still, I can't say that all of my relationships are 100% good, right? I can't say that. I would be lying if I said that. But what I do is I try to improve on those relationships. And so what it is that, first of all, your languaging, you have to be careful of your languaging. And this is one of the things that I learned that was so powerful is words have power. Words have power. Why? Because words are frequency. They're frequencies. Everything in this universe is a wave frequency. Everything is energy, wave frequency. That's what it is. And that's why the spiritual traditions like the Buddhists and the shamans and a lot, even, Christianity, they have mantras, right? Om Namah Shivaya, Om Mani Padme Hum. Why do they chant? These are words because you're connecting to frequencies of the universe and what that universe can bring to you. And so one of the things I learned, the very first thing is to be aware of how I am framing the situation in my mind, what story I am telling myself. Your beliefs, your thoughts create your reality. Now, Rohan, I absolutely honor you and acknowledge that you may have fake friends. Absolutely. But what you want to do is in this situation is you don't have to hang out with them for the rest of your life. You're ready for new friends. You're ready to raise your vibrational frequency to a new level. I get that. And I commend you for that, Rohan. That is so beautiful. I get it. You're searching for real connection. And the real connection happens when you have a real connection with yourself. Simple as that. That happens once you start to have real connection with yourself. Because what the universe is just bringing you are people and situations in your life so that you could look inward and figure out what it is that you need to shift on the inside. What are the shifts that I need to make in here? Then the universe, the outer world, your friendships and the outer world will reflect that. So the reason why you have these fake friends, because they're your greatest teachers. They're your greatest teachers. And so this is what I would say, again, the languaging here. Instead of seeing them as fake friends, you say, wow, this is my great opportunity to learn and expand on the inside. What are these fake friends really teaching my soul? What is it that my soul needs to learn from these fake friends? And you meditate on that. You even journal that. You can journal, dear God, or you don't have to even say, dear God, journal. Why is it that what are the lessons that I am learning from these fake friends that my soul needs to learn? And trust me, things will start to come through. You can even sit there quietly and ask the universe, why are these fake friends in my experience? What do I need to learn from them? And tap into your higher self, your higher wisdom to show you, to reveal to you what you need to learn on the inside from those fake friends. That's the framing that you need to put around this. Why? And so once you start to put that around and you start to have this inner journey of healing, inner journey of awakening, inner journey of just this amazing, like you start to feel connected to the universe. You start to feel connected to your spirit guides. You start to feel connected with yourself. And as you start to feel more and more connected, the reason why people are lonely and they seek people outside of them is because they're not truly connected with themselves and their divine essence. we are all connected divinely. In essence, the divine essence of us is connected to everything in the universe, and everything in the universe is connected to us. And the reason why we feel lonely is because we are not connected to our divine essence. When you are connected to your divine essence, I guarantee you, you will never feel lonely. Never. And what's going to happen is that your divine essence is so magnificent, it's so illuminating, it's so beautiful that those people are just going to be drawn to you naturally and organically, like a moth to light. They're just going to be coming. They're just going to be coming like magnets. And you will attract the people, the right people, not the fake friends, but magnificent people, people that are going to allow you to expand and grow even more, right? I want to surround myself with people who are going to bring me to the next level, to allow myself. And let me tell you, your fake friends are part and parcel of that journey of your expansion, because you've got to start somewhere, right? You've got to start somewhere. And so your fake friends are your greatest teacher to allow you to go inward and connect to the divine essence of who you are and the divine essence of this universe. And that's why we feel lonely. The reason why we feel lonely, and I get it, I felt lonely before, and I have days still now where I feel lonely. Trust me, and even given all the work that I do, there are times I do, because I am not connected. I'm not connected because I'm so wrapped up in the chaos of life. I'm so wrapped up in the things of life that maybe I haven't spent enough time for myself. This is why spending quality time for yourself is so important, because you need to come home to your soul on a consistent basis, and it becomes a practice. So Rohan, I hope that is going to, that helps you, Rohan. Oh my God, I don't feel lonely, but I do feel sad that they ignore and don't give me enough respect. Right. Okay. Again, the words are, you have to be very careful with your words. Nobody has to give anybody respect. Respect happens organically and naturally by the way you show up in life. So if they're not giving you respect, it's because you've got to work something on the inside. We should not expect anything from people outside of us. People show up when we show up a certain way. So when you have connected to your divine essence and you are so magnificent and you have no expectations because your light is so bright, you know what's going to happen is the fake friends are going to see your light and it's so shining that they can't even handle it. You know how when the sun comes into your eyes and it's so bright, you've got to turn your head away. You've got to walk away from the sun. Well, that's what's going to happen with this fake friends. When what you call fake friends, I don't call them fake friends. I call them great teachers. They're the greatest teachers. That's what I call them. When they see, when your light is so magnificent, they can't even handle your light and they're going to walk away. And then what's going to happen is the people that are ready for that magnificent light are going to come into your experience, and you're going to organically have respect. You want organic respect. You don't want forced respect. You don't want manipulated respect. That's not respect. Respect happens because you show up to life a certain way and people can feel that. And you are being authentic and you are showing up the way Rohan can show up at the highest version of yourself. When you show up at the highest version of yourself, I guarantee you, a lot of people will respect you and you won't be demanding it from them. Demanding is not respect. Expecting is not showing up magnificent. You show up magnificent, and those people will show up in kind. So it's not about saying, I feel lonely, I feel sad because they ignore me. There's a reason why they will be ignoring you. There's a reason why they're ignoring you, because you're not showing up at the highest level of yourself. You're not showing up with your divine essence. That divine essence is so magnificent. And that's why. And then we get upset because we have these expectations. Nobody can control anybody outside. You can't control anybody. You can't control your parents. You can't control your kids. You can't control your siblings. You can't control your friends. So this expectation that they expecting them to give you recognition and acknowledgement, that only happens when you show up. When you show up with that divine essence that you truly are, with compassion, with love for yourself, internal love, internal compassion for yourself. And it doesn't matter how other people show up. Doesn't matter. That you don't, if those people ignore you, it doesn't matter, because those people are there for a reason. They're there for a short period to teach you something, and you're going to evolve and you're going to meet more magnificent people. And organically, you'll get that respect. Organically, you'll get that recognition. And so you want to work on connecting to your divine essence. And stop looking outward and expecting others to show up a certain way, because they are never going to show up the way you think you want them to show up. I guarantee that. That's 1,000% I am sure of. Your power is in you showing up with the highest version of yourself. That's where your power is. Your power is not over anybody. Your power is showing up with your divine essence. Yes, Rohan, I'm so glad. Hi, Norma. Hi, special guest. I just caught this exactly at the right time. You were so sharp and always wanted to join you live. Thank you for speaking about compassion to self. Yes, Rohan, thank you. And be patient with yourself. You're not going to get it right immediately. If for some reason you see yourself judging your friends and you have an awareness that you're judging your friends as fake friends, put an awareness to that and say, okay, I caught it. Wow. Thank you, Rohan. Thank yourself for catching that, because this takes practice, because there's a habit. We're trying to completely change the habit of our mind, the habit of our thoughts, because a lot of times we just have default habits of our thoughts. The way it works, it's just defaulting. We're reacting. We're not responding. I'm actually taking Kabbalah 101. This is my second Kabbalah 101 that I take, every week. I'm into so many spiritual traditions, and I love Kabbalah. My biz partner, Jen, introduced me to it. And one of the first class that they say is pause. Pause. Everything is about pausing, whether you're pausing for 10 seconds, whether you're pausing for 20 seconds, whether you're pausing for 40 seconds, whether you're pausing for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, pause. So we have to pause in our mind. Always pause here. Before we start to judge somebody, let's pause. Let's pause. Before we react, pause. Pausing is such a powerful tool, because pausing allows you to connect to the divine, allows you to connect to spirit, and then behave in a way that's in the highest good of yourself and the situation that you're in. So use the technique of pause. Sometimes we have to pause for a week because there's a decision that we have to make. Maybe we're going to make a decision about taking a new job. And this is a life-altering decision because you have to move to another country, maybe, so you might have to pause for a week or 2 weeks. But maybe somebody said something to you, another situation, somebody said something to you, like what you call fake friend, I call it your greatest teacher, says something to you that you don't like. And we could react. We could easily react. We could do a default reaction. But that's not going to serve the highest good of you and the other person. So you pause. Maybe that's a 20-second pause where you say, okay, what can I say here that is in the highest good of everyone? Because you have to understand the people can only behave where they are at. I always say people's behavior is based on where they are at mentally and emotionally. They cannot behave any other way. So the pause gives you some time to assess where are you mentally and emotionally right now. Because if you're feeling really stressed, you're feeling triggered, you've got to pause that, because you're going to now say something or do something that's not in your best interest, and that's not in the best interest of the situation, which is why pause is such a powerful technique. So Kabbalah, I've taken 2 Kabbalah 101, the second one, and the first class they mentioned is pause. Okay, Norma, I'm on my own. I've been single for quite a long time, but I'm at peace finally because I learned my lesson. Wow, Norma, thank you so much for sharing that. Rohan, you see, she has learned the lesson, and she's been single for quite a while, and she's happy with it. She's good because she's good in the inside. The reason why we want those friends on the outside is to make us feel good on the inside. But how about if we were already good on the inside? Does the outside friends really matter if we're good in here? Rohan, we're looking for this inner validation in here. If we're good in here, we don't need any, it doesn't matter whether those people are in our experience. It's great to have friends. It's great to have family. It's great. But those things happen organically and naturally by the way you show up in life. That's it. Okay, Rohan. Okay, thank you for Christy. You're welcome. Christy says, thank you for your words are very helpful and reassuring. You're welcome, Christy. Any other questions, please ask. Rohan, I caught it after years. I ignored their behaviors for years, but recently my life changed after I entered spirituality. That's right. But the thing is that being on a spiritual journey is an inner journey. It has nothing to do with the people on the outside. Spiritual journey, a true spiritual journey is an inward journey. Now, all of the stuff on the outside, whether they're rituals, ceremonies, other people, is just a kind of what I call a packaging. And packaging is fine. I'm okay with packaging. I do a lot of packaging myself. I do a lot of packaging. I have my Buddha statues because that packaging helps me to come home to my soul. But the work is the inner journey. And so if you're on this inner journey and you see that you're changing and these people aren't changing, why are you bothered by that? You're bothered by that because you're not yet at the space inside that you feel comfortable with yourself. So you are seeking that external validation from others. That means you have a lot more work to do in your inner journey. Because when you are at the space, when you're at a high level of your spirituality, like authentic, I'm talking about authentic spirituality, nothing in the outer world is going to bother you. Nothing. When you reach the point of, let's say, nirvana, the Buddha reached enlightenment and reached nirvana, he could be in the middle of a war zone and nothing would bother him because he can already know that the true nature of consciousness, this universe, is that everything is already perfect. And then if we start to look at everything perfect at the lens of perfect, those things will there's nothing to do. It's just to be. When you are in the state of beingness, there's nothing to be done. You don't have to solve any problems. You don't have to take action. The beingness is everything. And so that's a very high level of spirituality, and nothing matters. And then in the outer external world, nothing, whether somebody's in your life or not, it doesn't matter. You will automatically be attracting people by the virtue of your light. So don't worry about that. You're putting your energy, the energy that you're placing by being bothered by these friends, that's a lot of energy you're expending. That's a lot of energy that you're expending. You could take that energy to transform yourself and allow those people to do whatever they do. That's it. And the great Thich Nhat Hanh monk said, you can only be bothered by what you allow to be bothered by. You can only be bothered by others because you allow it. So are you going to allow these people to bother you, or are you going to grow and evolve and be so magnificent that other people will just come into your experience naturally and organically? That's true spirituality. Spirituality is an inner journey. It has nothing to do with the outside world. That outside world will change based on where you expand internally. Special gifts. Moon, I often pause and then suddenly see the thing that bothers me stop. It has taught me not to react immediately to environmental distraction. You're welcome. Yes, pause is a very, very powerful technique. And we need to be in the habit of pausing, because pausing allows you to connect to your divine essence. And when you are able to connect to the divine essence, you are then going to behave and make decisions that are the highest good for yourself in the situation. And you will see how that situation gets resolved so beautifully, so naturally, so organically. Norma Fig. Yep, that's true. It's all of that energy that are eating from you too. Absolutely. I mean, when we spend so much energy, thinking about what other people are doing or how they should behave, towards us, that's just energy that we're expending. We have no control over, and we're just wasting that energy. It doesn't matter what they do, how they think about us. That doesn't matter. And that energy, and when you make it matter, you expend so much energy, and you could place that energy in a way that's going to make your life grow and expand. It's all energy. That's why this week, why did I have 3 energy healing sessions this week? This one got Reiki, 2 Reiki sessions, because I didn't have enough energy. Energy is everything. Energy is everything. So am I going to spend energy on things that are not going to make me expand and grow? Worry about what other people think of me? No, I'm not going to expend energy on that, because that's not going to lift my life. I'm going to expend energy on the things that are truly going to make me expand and grow in this life. That's why I'm going to put my energy on. And I have no control over what others do or say or think of me. I have no control over that. So being bothered by that is wasting your energy. So I hope, Rohan, that you will, but it was a great question. It was a great question. And I applaud you for going on your spiritual journey. I applaud you for that. That is incredible, because a lot of people are still not on the path. And so I applaud you 1,000% for being on this path. It's a journey and we keep learning. And I learn from you. I learn from you so much. You have no idea how much I learn from you. I learn from you just as much. I hope that you can learn from me, but I learn from you just as much. On a practical level, this is our environment affects how we feel, feng shui or place, clean and tidy or light. Is this connected to spirituality? Absolutely, it's connected to spirituality. Why? Why is our environment connected to our spirituality? This is an incredible question, because everything in our environment is made up of energy. This desk, I'm sitting on a desk right here, right now, and it looks like it's just sitting here, right, doing nothing. But if you take a microscope and you put this desk under that microscope, you would see there's huge amount of empty space, 99.999% empty space that's vibrating. It's vibrating. It's all energy frequency. And so there's this guy, Dr. Hugh Len, he was the Ho'oponopono teacher. He says, everything in the universe is based on consciousness. So all inanimate objects have a certain consciousness to them. You might think that they don't, but they do. So that Dr. Hugh Len, what he does is when he goes, let's say he goes to a hotel or something, or public space, and he sits on the chair, you know what he does? He blesses the chair and he cleans to clear out any negative energy that's remaining in the chair from the person before that sat on that chair that may have had a bad day. So feng shui, so Vatsu is the the Hindu feng shui. Vatsu feng shui, what it is when you have certain objects, those objects will affect the energetic flow of the space. That energetic flow of the space, and that's why I want to do a show on EMF, actually, electromagnetic frequencies. That space, that environment will affect your energy. How can it not inevitably affect your energy? So what I have to do, I'm constantly taking an energetic shower. I was on a call with Cynthia Fontaine, another incredible energetic psychic medium. And, she showed me another technique of how I could clean my energy, constantly clean. She says, Moon, after every meeting, you need to, and all my meetings happen on Zoom pretty much. She says, you have to do this energetic cleansing. Is because, first of all, you have so many portals that are open and people. So, before the meeting, I literally call in the dragon golden light energy to put a bubble around me so that I can protect my energy from my environment or other people that might be set, by unintentionally sending energy that I shouldn't be holding on to. And a lot of it is unintentional. Because people will send you energy and they don't even know that they're sending you energy. It's unintentional on their part. And so we have to constantly be taking energetic showers because of our environment. So that's why the feng shui Vatsu is important. And if you come to my home, you'll see I have probably like 20 Buddha statues here. I've got crystals. Crystals also raise the frequency of the space and the way everything is placed, because the way it's placed, where it's placed, is that place in the north or east or south or west will affect how the energy flows. So yes, the environment is also the food that we eat, the water that we drink, the air that we breathe. Oh my God, that is so critical, right? Because that's going to affect, because everything is really one. We are not separate from anything. This entire universe is one microcosm. One microcosm. That's what it is. And you are part and parcel, or I should call it macrocosm. This entire universe, including you, is a one macrocosm. That's why they call it that butterfly effect. You know how when the butterfly has the wings, it's affecting the entire planet? Yes. That little butterfly is affecting the entire planet because it's a microcosm of the macrocosm. That's why the Buddha says your thoughts, one person's thought, have tremendous amount of effect on our planet and the universe. One drop of the ocean is made up of all these little drops, right? You are one of that drop. And now if you have, let's say the ocean is made up of 100 drops, that one drop in that ocean is going to affect that entire ocean. So you have your mind. That's why we have to keep our energy clean, our mind clean, our emotions clean, because we're putting, look at what the planet is going through this huge transition, this energetic turn of the leaf. I say right now, this pandemic was our greatest teacher. The greatest teacher for awakening us to our truth, for it's a catalyst for saying, people, wake up to your truth. Wake up to your truth. It's a catalyst for that. And so a lot of people now are on this planet that are unconscious of that. They're feeling something that they've got to make the shift. They've got to go on like an awakening, come home to their soul, but it's all unconscious. It's happening at a very unconscious level. But the pandemic is like the leaf that's turning so that people could have this massive collective awakening of the truth of who they really are. This divine essence, this eternal being that is connected to everything and everyone in this universe. And now people are feeling like there's all of these things. And I noticed that people are unconsciously, meaning that they're not even aware that they're feeling like this, that they're feeling that they're drawn to a certain awakening, but they don't know how to do it and where to start. They don't know where to begin. And this is why this is one of the reasons why, with the Om Heals, the new company that I created, the platform, we wanted to gather all of the energy practitioners, the light workers, so that people can start to meet with light workers, and it could open, the light workers can start to guide them to your own awakening, to your own soul, to the truth of who you are. They could start to guide them, because let me tell you, I had many teachers on my spiritual journey, much help, lots of guidance, lots of teachers. We all need teachers and support. We all need it. And so this is one of the reasons why I'm so excited about Om Heals. Norma Fig, I learned that quick, Moon. I would feel exhausted after being with these individuals. I had too little remove myself to preserve my life. Yes, it's true. Let me tell you, sometimes if I go into a room and the energy is like a lot of people, I walk out and I'm like exhausted, and so you've got to constantly protect your energy, reserve your energy. You've got to replenish the energy, revitalize that energy. That's really important, because everything, as God, hi God, sis, everything, energy is everything. Don't waste this is what God says, energy is everything. Don't waste your energy on people, places, and things that lower your vibration. I high five you. I high five you. That's right. Okay, Sri Rupa, please suggest how to stay connected with the divine essence. That's a great question. That's a great question, because why? We know conceptually that in our mind, in our concept, we know that the divine essence, we are a divine essence, and connecting to our divine essence allows us to expand and grow in ways that are unimaginable, right? But now we're talking about practice here, right? Practice, because really you go out and somebody says something to you, or something happens, a situation that puts you, that really takes you out. Like somebody, you found out that somebody has cancer, or you found out you have cancer, or you found out that, my neighbor just got robbed of thousands of dollars of things. It all kind of takes you out of that divine essence, right? It's hard, when we have situations that we call challenging, I call them opportunities. It takes us out. It takes us out of that divine essence. It's easy to be like, oh, love, light, right? But then life happens and real things happen. Real things happen in life. And so when those situations happen, it's okay. If you're taken out of that divine essence for that moment, and you feel like this stress and this and that, don't beat yourself up. That is part and parcel of the journey of opening your vessel of light even more. So this is an example I have. So let's say your vessel of light is like this big. This is what you can handle. And so the universe gives you situations to test you. Gives you different situations, like Rohan gave him what he calls fake friends. So the universe gives you these situations, or maybe somebody in your life, you found out somebody has cancer, or you lost your job. So the universe gives you that situation to see if you could pass that test. Now, this is where we pause. We pause to figure out how we're going to now behave, how we're going to look at the situation. Let's say, you've given a situation where you just lost your job. You're not going to be saying love and light when somebody just fired you, right? It's just not going to happen. So the universe is testing you. How are you going to behave? How are you going to see it? Are you going to start cursing out everybody at your job? Are you going to sue them? Are you going to sue your employees? What are you going to do? Or are you going to walk away saying, you know what? This is for my highest good that they fired me, because I am supposed to do something more magnificent. And I am grateful that they fired me. So as you see the situation in a way that's expansive and growth, and the expansive and growth is when you can see that situation as your blessing. That this job wasn't meant for me, that I'm going to do something 10 times more magnificent. And I needed to get fired to do that. What's happening is your light is expanding. Your vessel of light is expanding now, bigger. So then the universe gives you another situation. Somebody's suing you for something. What are you going to do? Are you going to get angry, resentful? Are you going to are you going to start to go Cujo on people? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What behavior can you exemplify that would expand that vessel of light even bigger? So basically you're a vessel of light, and you hold certain amount of light based on how you behave and see the situations that you're presented to you. And those times when those situations are presented to you, it's not going to be easy to be in your divine essence. The divine essence is to pause. Yes, you have a right to be stressed. You have a right to be emotionally in turmoil. And don't try to suppress those emotions. At that moment, when you are given what you call a challenging situation, and you feel like you've been taken out of your divine essence, there's a purpose for that. You are still in your divine essence. You just have to realize that the part and parcel of being on your divine essence and growing this vessel of light bigger and bigger is to feel that stress and anxiety for that moment. Now, if you start feeling it forever, that's going to be a problem. But there's a purpose to that. There's a purpose to this situation. So the thing is to pause and figure out what is the behavior that will allow me to expand and grow versus allow me to go the other direction? What is this behavior is going to lift my energetic frequency, or is it going to bring my frequency down? And so when you have now learned that lesson and you transcend and you've overcome that beautiful situation, your vessel of light gets bigger. So your divine presence is always there in the background. You might not necessarily feel it. And it's okay that you don't feel it every moment. But to have an awareness that, yes, I am kind of not feeling so divine, not feeling so loved, not feeling so compassionate is okay. You have a right to feel what you're feeling at that moment and acknowledge it and say, thank you. Thank you for these feelings. Let me pause now. And let me be mindful of the situation. And so what the moments where you don't feel like you're in your divine essence, those moments are very powerful moments. Those moments are going to be your greatest opportunity for expansion and growth. And those are the moments where you will either make your vessel of light smaller or you will make your vessel of light larger. That is the choice that God has given each and every one of us. What are we going to do? Are we going to make our vessel of light shrink? Or are we going to make our vessel of light get bigger and bigger? So I hope I answered your question, Shri Rupa. That is a beautiful question. Please have compassion for yourself. Know that you are allowed to have those moments where you don't feel like you are in your divine essence, but you don't feel like it. Acknowledge those emotions. Be present with them. Don't try to put it under the rug. Don't say to yourself, oh, I'm not feeling divine. I'm going to slap myself. No. Don't do that. Say, okay, I'm feeling angry about the situation. Let me sit with it. Anger, I am present with you. Anger, I am present with you. What do you want to teach me? What do you want to say to me? Have a dialogue with that emotion. And what's happening, or you could just stare it down. You could stare down that emotion. And what's happening is that emotion eventually must transcend, must dissipate, or must be released, because everything is in flux. There's nothing that stays the same ever. So that emotion, you will see, it will resolve itself. And then you will know, will have clarity in your mind about what step to take next. So I hope that answered your question. You're welcome, Rohan. You're welcome. I have a great friend in India. His name is Anir. I love the Indian culture, the Indian spiritual traditions. Solaris, suggestions for a widow who is feeling lonely. Okay. This was a question that Rohan, it was related. I wish you were here when I kind of answered this question because Rohan asked the question at the beginning, which is about loneliness. He feels that his fake friends are kind of abandon him. They ignore him. They don't give him respect. He felt lonely. And what I would suggest is, Solaris, I would suggest that you watch after this video is released, like it's recorded on my channel. I would watch that first part because I already answered this question of loneliness. I also have a guided meditation on loneliness. So what I said to him, just briefly, Solaris, just to summarize what I said to him is that loneliness happens when we are not connected to our divine essence, because the divine essence of who we are, which is the truth of who we are, is that we are connected to everyone and everything. And so when we don't feel connected to that, we're not connected to that, that's when we feel lonely. Because feeling full in here is an inside job. There's nobody out there that will ever make us feel not lonely. Even if it's an illusion to think that if you have, some people say, oh, if my husband or wife, that's as long as I have my husband or as long as I have my wife, I'm not going to feel lonely, is because you're looking for that feeling from outside of yourself. Because loneliness is a feeling, right? It's a feeling, right? That feeling only you have control over. Nobody really outside of you has control over that. So the thing is that feeling comes when you are internally connected to the divine essence. You feel internally connected to everything and everyone in this universe. So it's about working on the inside. And let me tell you, your spirit guides are with you. The widow, the husband or the wife is still with that widow. There's a book called, and I'm going to recommend this book to you, Solaris. I've recommended this book many times. It's called Till Death Don't Us Apart by Karen Francis McCarthy. Till Death Don't Us Apart. And Frances McCarthy she was a serious journalist, and she didn't even really believe in metaphysical spirits and all that. She didn't even believe in that. What happened was with her, she was engaged to a fiance named Johann. And one day, suddenly, he passed away at 40 years old. He just passed of a heart attack or something like that. And she was devastated by this loss. I mean, devastated beyond devastation. And so what happened was he started to show up to her, and she didn't believe anything about spirits, spirit guides, mediumship. Like she wasn't really spiritual at all. She was hardcore journalist. She wanted facts and evidence, like physical evidence. So, but things were happening in her life where he was like showing up, and like it was so apparent that she could not ignore it. And the book is about her journey of finding her truth, that there are spirits all around us, that even though they've died on a physical level, that they are still here, very much here. And her journey was to start connecting to those spirits and learning mediumship. Then she started learning mediumship. So now she's a medium that's teaching other mediums. And so, you know what she said in this book is that when she learned how to connect with those spirits of her loved ones, like with Johann, she said that she felt more powerful connection with him spiritually than she ever did when he was on this physical plane. So Solaris, read that book, Till Death Don't Us Apart, because your connection, the connection to that spouse, could be far greater when you could be connected spiritually to them. And this is what she was saying, that I feel more connected to him now than I did when he was physically here, alive, but they're always here. So I hope that helps you. Jacqueline. Oh, you're welcome, Jacqueline. I'm glad that whatever I said can help you in your journey of life. Hi, Amelia. You're welcome. You're welcome for special gifts, LA. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Well, I have a video, Solaris. I have a video about spiritual love. I have a video about spiritual love that I released only a few weeks ago. Let me see if I can find that link for you, and I'll put it in the chat. There's a video that I have that addresses this. And there's also a meditation. I have I have a meditation to connect with your spirit guides as well. So you could go to that meditation. Let me give you the meditation and that video link. So you could, that could be a resource for you. You know, I'm just looking it up right now, and I want to give you the link to this thing. So, okay, where is that? I don't know why, for some reason. It's a meditation. If you go on my meditation playlist, you'll see there's a meditation to connect with your spirit guides. And here it is, loneliness guided meditation. And there's a couple of videos on this topic. So here it is. I just put it there. Okay, Amalia, what a beautiful name. So my question is this: is my energy actually pushing other people away from me? Could I look to everyone very sad and desperate? Solaris, my husband passed away last year at 42. Our daughters are, wow, you really should read that book. You know, I intuitively picked that up. I'm empathic that you should read that book, Solaris. Yeah, but that's a meditation. I have the video that I want to share with you is this is a video that I have. I want to share this with you because I know that loneliness is a very, very rampant thing, especially during the pandemic. It's just, and I understand let me try. And then I'm going to, I want to address Amalia's question because she has a very good question. Here's another video that I'm going to give you. This is about higher dimensional love. Higher dimensional love. Here's another video. Okay, Amalia, let me answer your question now. My energy actually pushing other people away from me? Could I look to everyone sad and desperate? Okay, that's a really good question. Okay, so yeah, so we have to understand that everything is energy and we're constantly broadcasting a vibrational frequency out into the universe. This is happening 24/7, 7 days a week. It never stops broadcasting. It never stops broadcasting. And so, yes, and now, so we broadcast this energy and then people can feel it. The planet can feel it. That's why with energy healers, you don't need to be in the same room with them for them to do a healing because they're connecting with your energy. They're able to connect with energy, and energy transcends time and space. And so the thing is that, yes, you're broadcasting and then the universe is bringing you what's matched. So if your frequency, everything is a energetic vibrational frequency. So if your frequency is here, the universe is bringing people at the same frequency over here. And you're not conscious of it. And this person may not be conscious of it. Most of this stuff is happening at a very unconscious level. We operate about 95% unconsciously. And so, yes, people might unconsciously make a judgment on you about whoever you are. But your job is to kind of raise your frequency, right, Amelia? So you can't be concerned so much about that, about where, how people are seeing you right now. What you have to be concerned about, you have to do the inner work to raise your frequency to a higher frequency so you could start meeting the people here at this frequency level. So this was something that I spent so much, about 20 minutes with Rohan. Rohan asked a similar question because he had these friends that he called fake, I say quote unquote fake friends, and he didn't understand why they ignored him, why they didn't give him respect, right? And so you should rewatch this video, the first part, because I spent about 15 minutes addressing this question about how other people see you. The thing is that you have to have a better relationship with yourself, because as you have a better relationship with yourself, you're going to expand and grow, and your frequency will raise, and you'll meet those people at that level. And so it's really about the inner work, and not so much about, don't be so concerned about how other people are seeing you. You can't control any of that stuff. The only thing you can control is your energetic vibrational frequency that's broadcasting out to the universe. And the universe, because it's so infinitely wise, will just bring you that same frequency. So it's all about the inner work. So what can you do to feel more? What are the modalities that you could practice in your life to make you feel more unconditionally lovable, more unconditionally worthy. These are two areas that I think we can all work on. Louise Hay, I call her my, my spiritual guru. God bless her soul. She passed away. She always says, if you have unconditional love for yourself, if you have love for yourself, you have probably solved about 80% of the problems in your life. And it's true. A lot of our problems stem from those two things, just not feeling worthy on the inside and not having, and I still work on this to this day, of feeling more worthy of myself. And I've been doing this work for a long time. And there's still days when I don't feel worthy. But again, those are the days for to open my vessel of light a little bit more. Those days are my greatest teachers and opportunities to open my vessel more. So your energy. So the question is, are you pushing away the people that you want to be? If you're not at that frequency, Amalia, those people won't show up. So the way energy works is it's inclusive. It's not exclusive. It's inclusive. So if your frequency is here, you will include all the people here. If your frequency is here, you will include all the people here. So if you want to meet the people here, you've got to raise your frequency here. Because the universe works based on inclusion, not exclusion. So the reason why you feel excluded is because you might want to meet the people here. You might feel like they're running away. They're not running away. They're just not showing up in your experience because you're down here and the people you want to be is up here. So now you're going like this. So that's why you think that you're scaring them away. You're just not including them in your experience. So think of it that way. Does that help you, Amalia? I hope so. My question, Anne-Marie, okay. This is the last question because it's already 10:01. My question is, will my father be there on the other side? My brother and I are sick and one of us will be with him soon. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. They're not here. They're here with you. You can connect with them. They're always, their consciousness, when your body leaves, you are pure consciousness. You are pure energy. And in that energy is frequency and information. That information is consciousness. That never dies. Never dies. That's why you are an eternal beingness. Why do we say you are an eternal being? Because that energy consciousness never dies. Energy never dies. It just transforms. It just transmutes into different levels, different forms. That's all it does. So you want to connect to that consciousness. That's what you're doing. You're connecting. And when you connect, you could feel it. You could feel that connection. That's why in that book, Till Death Don't Us Apart, that I mentioned before, that's why in that book, when she connected to that consciousness of Johann, she felt it so strongly, more strongly than when he was here on this physical plane. Because you're connecting, that eternal beingness of you is connecting to the eternal beingness of the other people, of the other person. That's what's happening. So I hope that helps you, Anne-Marie. Yes, it's always devastating. Don't get me wrong. When somebody that you love passes away, you're going to mourn. There's no question. And that's part and parcel of your expansion and growth. There's a period of mourning that you should be going through. Absolutely. I would never tell anybody that they shouldn't mourn. There should be a mourning period. There should be a phase where you do mourn and you acknowledge that and you sit with that. There's a phase. Everything has a purpose. So I encourage you to stay when your brother, one of you passes on, the other one will mourn for sure. So, but know that they are still here. You're welcome, Amalia. I'm so glad. Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, so in another 4 weeks, I do this once a month where I come on live. And again, I want to say that om-heals.com is where you could be matched, custom matched with an energy practitioner. We have lots of energy. We have a bunch of energy practitioners, and we custom match you for your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical support. And I use lots of energy healing. Like I said, I had 3 energy healing sessions this week alone, 2 Reiki sessions. It was all distance because I was losing energy because I'm doing so much. But I'm so blessed. I feel so blessed. God has given me so much blessings, and I am very, very eternally grateful. So, and I am grateful for your questions, because your questions really make me grow and expand. And you have questions that make me think more deeply about spirituality, about consciousness, about the reason why I'm here and the work that I do. You really, really inspire me, each and every one of you. And please have a compassion for where you are at now, at this time and space. Everybody is at a different place. Have compassion for yourself and have compassion for other people that you might not agree with, because they are only behaving at the level that they know how. Because if they knew something else, they would behave differently. So have compassion for yourself and have compassion for the things around you and the people around you, because we can only behave based on where we are at mentally and emotionally. That's it. So I thank you so much. And so let's do a closing prayer. Let's gather our energies and our consciousness, and let's do a closing prayer. Dear God, dear angels, dear spirit guides, divine masters, ascended masters, thank you so much for allowing us to open this live session space with these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful viewers and listeners who are on their path to spiritual awakening, to return home to their soul, to return home to who they are. We thank you so much, divine and spirit guides, for being here with us 24/7, 7 days a week, whether we could consciously or unconsciously know it, that we know that you are still here with us and that we have every opportunity to connect with you and to return home to our soul. We thank you so much for your continued guidance, your continued wisdom, your continued messages, your continued love and support, for allowing us to become more expansive, more to allow us to shine our unique light out into the universe, and naturally have the people that are ready for the message to come into our experience, to be in our tribe. We're not here for everyone, and everyone is not here for us. And we know that you, in your infinite wisdom, is bringing all of the cooperative components as they should be, and then presenting us with all of the opportunities for growth and expansion, opportunities that we may think are not in our highest best interest, but we know it is in our highest best interest. And we have trust and faith in that, because as we learn these lessons and implement them in our lives, we grow and expand our vessel of life. And that is why we are here to do the work on your behalf, to use our gifts that are God-given, our gifts that the Creator has bestowed upon us, each one of us, that are so unique, that we are using our gifts to serve our collective good. We are here to use our gifts for the collective good. That is the purpose. And as we do so, we expand and grow eternally and exponentially. So thank you so much for all of the beautiful questions that have come into this room. These questions are so profound. They're so deep that we can meditate. We can pause and learn the lessons from these questions and the answers that are provided. And we thank you again for continuously being here and guiding us and protecting us and removing people and situations that do not serve the highest good of ourselves and highest good of our planet and highest good of this universe. So thank you again for allowing us to open this beautiful space and allow each and every one of us, the beautiful souls that have come into this room, to broadcast their beautiful light in the unique way that they're going to do it out into this planet and the universe, to serve you, divine, and to allow us to come home and be more and more connected each day, each hour, each week, each month, each year, to be more and more connected to our divine essence, and to have more and more faith in the bigger picture that you have, the higher wisdoms that you have for each and every one of us, that every situation that we encounter is our greatest opportunity for growth and expansion. So thank you so much again for your continued support, your continued wisdom, and most importantly, your continued unconditional love. And so it is. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you again. So next week, I'm releasing a video with vegan yam chocolate mousse for Thanksgiving dessert. So look out for that video. I love you. Much love and blessings. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Much love and blessings. Bye.